In this video, you'll learn how to add and maintain a contact in Sunlight. Let's start off by going to the maintenance menu and then click on Contact. A contact is someone who works for a customer that you are doing work for. Let's select the customer Consolidated Circuits and we'll add a new contact to this customer by clicking the Add button. The status bar at the bottom left of the screen will display a message that a new contact has been added. Also notice that the change date time and create date time is updated to the current date. In the future, the change date time will update whenever a change is made. When a new contact is created, they are given default values based on the customer they belong to. This contact is Tim McCutcheon, and his username is T McCutcheon. So let's update his name information and change his title to Technical Support Engineer. Next, we'll update Tim's address. The default address is copied from Consolidated Circuits headquarters, so we'll change this to Tim's office address. There is room for 5 different instant messaging addresses. Tim has a Microsoft, Skype, and Yahoo address, so we'll change those 3. On the right side of the page is the active checkbox, which is used to indicate whether a contact is currently active or not. Underneath is the Show in Calendar checkbox, which controls if Tim will be visible as a resource on the calendar. In Tim's case, we accept the defaults. The user role for a contact is initially set to Contact. Contacts have limited permissions, and if you need to add more permissions, you can do so by creating a new contact role. The email address should be set to the primary email used by this contact. In Tim's case, it will be his Consolidated Circuits email address. Since Consolidated Circuits is a fictitious company, we'll put the Brilliant Idea Software website in the web address box. We'll also update the phone numbers to Tim's office, mobile, and home phone, and to his fax number. The notes box can contain any notes that relate to Tim, and the zoom button can be used to view a larger notes box, so let's click on that. Here we'll add a note for Tim, no time restrictions, and click OK. Let's save the changes made to Tim, and go back and view the other features on this page. Next to the username box is a button that is used to set and reset a contact's password. A password must be given for the user to log in, and if the user forgets their password or becomes locked out, this is where the password can be reset. The map icon next to the city allows you to open an internet browser with a map of the contact's address. Sunlight uses Bing Maps by default, but you can switch the map type to Yahoo or Google if you choose to. Next to the email box is a link to send an email to the contact. This opens a new message in your default email program that is addressed to the contact. Next to the web address is a link that will open the web address in your browser. The button at the top right corner of the page will send the contact detail to a report, which can then be saved or printed. A convenient feature of Sunlight is the ability to import and export contacts with Microsoft Outlook. The icon next to the email link button allows you to save the current contact's information as an Outlook VCF card file. I'll click on the icon, and you can see that Outlook opens up with Tim's information. If you have an Outlook contact you wish to import into Sunlight, you can do that as well. Let's search for Larry Miller and save his contact information to a vCard file by going to Save As and Export to vCard file. All you have to do is open the folder where the .vcf file is saved and click and drag the file onto the contact box near the top of the page like this. And now Larry has been added as a contact. There are a few things specific to Sunlight that will need to be changed, such as the major metro area. Let's save the changes to Larry and take a look at a contact who has been in the system for a while, Howard Miner. Now we'll move on to the Documents tab. This page allows us to manage documents that belong to the selected contact. At the bottom of the page is the Upload box. Just drag any document onto this box and click Upload to attach the document to the contact. At the top of the page is the Document box. This box shows you all the documents that belong to the current contact. Howard doesn't have any documents yet, so let's add one. Here's a copy of Howard's resume. Let's drag and drop it over the Upload box. The document is now ready to be uploaded, so let's click on the Upload button. Now you can see that Howard has a document. Some basic information of the document is available, and you can also download or delete the document too. We'll add a short description to the document and save the changes. Now we'll take a look at the Codes tab. The purpose of the Codes tab is to make it easier to integrate Sunlight with other business applications. For Howard, we'll add a 6-digit number for one of his codes. This number is used by a billing system application. Instead of clicking the Save button, let's go ahead and click on the next tab, the Skills tab. You can see a message has popped up, asking if we want to save the changes we've made on the Codes tab. This feature is a great backup just in case you forget to save any changes you've made. Let's click Yes and continue. The Skills tab allows you to assign skills to the current contact. The box on the right displays Howard's skills, and the box on the left holds all potential skills for a contact. We'll select Reporting Services and add that to Howard's selected skills, and we'll change his rank from Beginner to Average. You can change selected skills as well. Since Howard has become more experienced with SQL Server, we'll change his rank from Learning to Average. Also, a Notes box is available if you need to add notes regarding a contact's selected skills. Let's click Save and move on to the Resource Group tab. A resource group helps you classify and organize your contacts, and this page allows us to add and remove resource groups from the selected contact. Since Howard Miner works for Consolidated Circuits, a technology company, his resource group will be High Tech. Finally, the Relationships tab allows you to view all projects that relate to the selected contact. You can also double-click on an item to view more details. Here we can see the Analysis Services implementation project that Howard is assigned to. To go back to the contact page, all you have to do is click on the back button on your browser. And that's the basics of how to add and maintain a contact in Sunlight.